info.
All right, welcome back. Yesterday we started a conversation on the petrol situation in Lagos State in Nigeria as a whole, with an experiment done by a gentleman called Valor Reviews, and sent a lot of people reacting to the comparison between the petrol bought from an MRS petrol station said to be supplied by Dangote refinery, and the petrol bought from an NNPCL petrol station also said to have been supplied by an NNPCL refinery from wherever the NNPCL got it. A lot of you wanted to be a part of the conversation yesterday. Unfortunately, we could not have a complete conversation because of our guests who we lost along the way. So we're going to continue the conversation today, like I promised yesterday. And I'm so glad to introduce those we have joining us this morning. I will start with our energy expert. He's on the line. Kelvin Emmanuel is an energy expert and also the CEO of Diary Hills. Kelvin Emmanuel, good morning to you. Thank you very much for your time.
Good morning, Kofi.
All right. Thank you very much for your time. And we have joining us also Dr. Joseph Obele, who is the National Public Relations Officer of Petroan. That's the Petroleum Owners, Retailers Outlets Association of Nigeria. Dr. Obele, good morning to you. It's good to have you on the program. Are you there, sir?
Kelvin Emmanuel, I would love to be his friend. I think he should be on big pay right now, because those people that speak for a particular firm are well paid this season.
Well, I don't know about that. I'm sure that's just a joke, you know. But he's there. He can hear you. Kelvin Emmanuel, can you say good morning to Joseph Obele?
Dr. Obele, good morning to you.
Thank you. It's just on a lighter note. I was just joking anyway.
Okay, gentlemen. So yesterday we were on this discussion of the origin and the longevity and quality of the petrol gotten from the Dangote refinery and that gotten from the NNPCL. And before we lost Dr. Joseph Obele, Kelvin Manu, you had some questions for him. You had 3 questions, which I love you to ask again so that he can answer. But for those who probably missed out on the conversation, don't know what we're talking about, a young man has gained the attention of the entire country because of his latest online review. And he bought 2 generating sets, the ones we call in Nigeria, I better pass my neighbor. And then decided to do a review, do a test of the petrol from NNPCL petrol station, and petrol from Dangote refinery, which is being sold at MRS petrol stations, amongst other stations. And what he realized, or what he was able to discover, was that the petrol from the NNPCL petrol station did not last as long as that from the Dangote refinery, which was sold at MRS. Of course, reactions have continued to trail this, while the gentleman is enjoying his trend. Of course, this is what he does. You know, he does wonderful reviews online. You can go check him out at Value Reviews, or reach out to him in the coming days. The NNPCL reacted to this by putting out a statement. And in their response in the statement, they're saying that the petrol in question was actually sourced from Dangote refinery. That's the one young man bought from NNPCL petrol station was sourced from a Dangote refinery. The NNPCL is emphasizing that its fuel meets the highest industry standards, ensuring optimal efficiency, durability, and environmental sustainability. It, however, says, we hear that sources within Dangote refinery are questioning NNPCL's claim. They're saying that the NNPCL's petrol, the ones they sell at the petrol stations, are not sourced from Dangote refinery. All right, they're saying, this Dangote statement now, that NNPCL has its own refineries and also imports fuel from other countries. So basically they should leave Dangote out of their issues. Now, Kelvin Emmanuel, you asked Dr. Obele, because you said, yes, indeed, it's possible. You don't believe that NNPC says sources its petrol from Dangote refinery. But you asked, number 1, where are the receipts of the NNPCL's purchase of Dangote petrol? Number 2, you also said, I'm trying to remember the points now, but can you go?
Let me bring the issues by myself, because Dr. Obele is on the line. And I hope that he doesn't have technical issues today, so we can have a full conversation
he won't.
on this topic. First of all, talk is cheap. Yeah, Kofi? But like they say, it depends on who is talking. Talk is cheap when it's not backed by facts and it's not based on the law. And you don't have empirical data to prove that what you say is what it is. So NNPC making a statement and saying that the petrol that the young man bought from their own petrol station, an NNPC retail filling station in Lagos, does not carry any weight at all unless they back it with evidence or they show paper trail to prove that what they said is what it is. And going by recent evidence, there isn't a lot of reason to believe them. Okay? So the first question is, in the month of January, NNPC imported 212 million liters of petrol. Between October 1 and December 31, 2024, NNPC imported 41.5% of about 3.6 billion liters of PMS. In the first 2 weeks of February, NNPC imported 213.2 million liters of PMS. So if, for example, going by what that press statement said, where they threatened legal action, for example, against the young man, you get to court and you say you're suing for defamation. And the counsel to the young man shows up in court and at discovery says, my lord, NNPC has been importing petrol. And the counsel of the NNPC says, oh, my lord, that evidence is inadmissible because it's hearsay. And the counsel to the defendant says that, oh, my lord, we're moving for a motion for you to grant a subpoena to bring interested parties, shipping companies, the agents, Nigerian Customs Service to the court to come and testify under oath and confirm whether they imported products or not. And they come and testify under oath. And in fact, they confirm they've been importing. How can NNPC prove, for example, Kofi, that the petrol that was bought from their own retail station didn't come from one of their imports?
All right. Doc, are you there?
Yes, I'm here with you, Kofi.
What do you say?
Okay, let me respond to that. But Kofi, let me start by saying your choice of words should be reframed when you say before we lost Obele. You didn't lose me, please.
Oh yeah, before we lost
before the network.
Yeah. All right, that's sorry. You're still with us.
I'm still alive on the network, please. Yes. Let's first establish that the derivative of any crude oil anywhere globally is a function of the quality of that very crude oil. And analysis have shown by the NNPCL that crude oil, byproducts of crude oil from two different refineries will not give you the same laboratory test result anywhere. So I established yesterday that my concerns are about three. Number one, what was the motive of this content creator? Then number two, who is behind him for the cost involved in buying these 2-3 generators? Then number three, who escorted him or who joined him that can attest or verify that yes, he bought these two fuels from these two filling stations? So let's assume that all were claims. And my brother, my counterpart over there did mention about the importation. We in Petron, a critical stakeholder in the oil and gas industry, we are friends and we are against further importation of this product called PMS from the international market. Because analysis, like I mentioned yesterday also, analysis have shown by the recent data posited by the NNPCL that the Nigeria minimum daily consumption is about 40 to 45 million liters per day.
Okay.
So if this is the consumption, and Dangote have said he can do 25, 30 million, Dangote have not stated anywhere in his press conference, I was there, that he will be doing the 45. He said he can do 25, 40, meaning there's a window of 10. So the Arade refinery, the Watersmith refinery, the Niger Delta's modular refinery at Ahoda, the Warri refinery and the Port Harcourt refinery. I think this put together can do close 8 and 9. So to this extent, if NNPC is fully patronizing the Dangote refinery, I think Nigeria will not really need to import further, and that will further strengthen the Nigerian naira against the dollar. So we have stated it, and we still maintain our position that Nigeria should make do with further importation of this refined petroleum product. Having said this, let me state this. Petron, as a critical stakeholder in the oil and gas sector, before mobilizing, before charging our men to go to any depot, to go to any refinery and commence loading, I, the National PRO, it is my office that has been mandated to take samples of this product to a lab in Lagos, and do 4 critical tests and laboratory analysis. The first of these is the density analysis, the flashpoint analysis, and the sulfuric content analysis, and the water degree level analysis. It's about 6, but I can remember this 4. And this is done by my own office as a person. And we'll further verify this by a lab also. We wouldn't want to mention the name of a lab because it's a private investigation we did on our own. And we'll further verify the result of the Lagos lab to that of Port Harcourt lab.
So what were the results? You know, where did you get the petrol from, first of all?
So what?
What were the results, Dr. Obele? What were the results?
Kofi, Dr. Obele has made certain comments that I need to respond.
Okay, go on.
He has made certain comments I need to respond. Number one, okay, I disagree with what he said about crude oil, different types of crude oil producing different results. I disagree completely. When it comes to gasoline testing globally, there are minimum benchmarks that every refinery must meet for regulators to accept your products in different jurisdictions. The most recognized benchmark for gasoline testing all over the world is what they call American Society for Testing and Materials.
Kofi, can I ask him a question? Is he aware that the crude oil required for the Kaduna refinery is different for the crude oil required for the Warri refinery and Port Harcourt refinery?
Dr. Obele.
No, I want to learn. That's what I'm asking. Are you aware that the crude oil required for the Kaduna refinery is different from the crude oil required for the Warri refinery?
Dr. Obele,
okay.
Allow me to learn. Kaduna refinery actually has 2 different crude distillation units. One is a 60,000 barrel processing capacity that can take light grade crude, which is what Nigeria produces. Nigeria has 34 blends of crude oil with API degree of 31.1 degrees and above. That tells you about the density of the crude when you check the crude assay report. Okay? Then it has a second crude distillation unit that can do 50,000 barrels per day that cannot refine Nigeria's crude. It can only refine heavy crude with API density of between 26.6 degrees and below. Okay? But the question is, when you refine crude oil, there are minimum benchmarks you must get for sulfur, for octane rating, when you check the right vapor pressure, that are accepted globally. And the Economic Committee of West African States, when they had a meeting in February of 2020, they came together and said, we're going to set a minimum benchmark at 60 parts per million for sulfur for the whole of the West African region. So it means that every product that is brought into Nigeria must not have sulfur level above 50 parts per million. Which is the reason why when somebody called Muyiwa called in yesterday morning and asked a question about competition, the need for competition, and the need to prevent monopoly. And I said, you can only talk about competition when the competition is fair. A situation where one refiner is refining the highest quality product that meets up with regulatory protocols and standards all over the world, like you can see Dangote exporting. And the other refiner, the other player in the market, the other traders in the market are bringing in products that are way off. And, the quality of the product determines the price in the global market. Yeah. An unleaded 10 ppm sulfur petrol is not the same price with 750 ppm sulfur petrol.
Okay, so who has the 750 ppm
and quoting at the same price to the market? Then it's not fair competition.
Kofi.
All right. Hold on, doctor. I'll count it. I'm sorry, please. Kelvin, so are you saying that the reason Valor reviews that the NNPCL petrol did not last long is because NNPCL has higher ppm than it's acceptable by the regulations?
No.
Kofi, who have satisfied that petrol is coming from NNPC? We shouldn't describe that petrol. I'm against
hold on,
Who can attest to me that actually bought it from NNPC?
Hold on, Doc. Yeah, let him answer. Yeah, I'll come to you.
Kofi, the content creator is a paid content creator.
Dr. Obele, the question is for me.
Go ahead.
The longevity of petrol, how long it lasts, is not sulfur. It's what they call octane rating.
Okay.
The motor octane number, the research octane number, measures what they call the F to fuel ratio in the petrol. There is a minimum standard. The petroleum sector is a highly regulated sector because you're dealing with chemicals. It's as regulated as the medical sector.
So I want to hit the nail on the head. Are you saying that
air to fuel ratio? Yeah. For your air to fuel ratio, there is a minimum benchmark that is set by regulators all over the world. If your air to fuel ratio is lower than that benchmark, it means that you have more air than fuel per liter of petrol, and it will burn faster than the petrol that has the minimum benchmark set and above.
Okay, so that's what you think is happening to the NNPCL petrol, right?
Look,
Kofi, don't describe that petrol as NNPC petrol.
Okay, all right.
Did you join to the police station?
Kelvin, Emmanuel, let me go over to Dr. Ben.
Kofi, did you join the content creator to the police station when he was buying it?
Kelvin, I'll come back to you.
Dr. Obele said that they have done tests. I refute that. And the reason I refute that is because Petron, with due respect to Petron is not the regulator of mid and downstream. Okay? The regulator of mid and downstream is NMDPRA. The question we should ask is, why does NMDPRA not have standard labs to conduct tests for all the players in the sector, number one?
All right.
Number two, to quench all these debates and controversies, NMDPRA can call what they call a third-party round-robin table. These are industry benchmarks globally. Where you bring a gasoline testing company, you bring all the players that are in the controversy.
All right. I'll come back to you. Kelvin, let's give Joseph Obele. Joseph Obele, yes.
Yes, Kofi, I own 2 filling stations by God's grace, and in these 2 filling stations, we have basic apparatus, basic laboratory equipment we use in analyzing product before we sell. That's to say, there is no filling station in Nigeria that doesn't have a local approach or a local way of conducting it in its own way, laboratory analysis of any product. Every filling station does that. They're going to mention about NNPCL. There is no depot in Nigeria. There's no refinery in Nigeria where we don't have the men, the laboratory men of NNPCL on ground to ascertain the quality of product before. Let me share this with you. What happened at Port Harcourt Refinery 2 weeks ago? For about 7 days, I was not loading in Port Harcourt Refinery. And I met the management, so what is the issue? And they said NNPCL did a report that the product should not be loaded until they are done with the laboratory analysis. So it's practically impossible for any 1 liter of product to be loaded from any depot or any refinery in Nigeria without being ascertained by NNPCL officials. They're on ground in all the depots. So to say they don't have a lab, I think I disagree with him, and that's not really true. Kofi, let's talk about the marketing components of all these stuff. This is what we describe in marketing as dirty competition. It's not a healthy competition. And following the sensitivity of this matter, recall when Soludo, the present governor of Anambra State, was the CBN governor.
Okay.
There's a broadcast in me.
Doc, I'll come back to you. Once we come back from our commercial break, you just continue from where he stopped off. And we'll throw the lines open so our listeners can come in as well. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
More conversation, more talk, more right after this.
Help build strong bones with Vitabiotics Osteocare from the UK. The supplement that's not just calcium, but also contains scientific cofactors better absorption into the bones. Nourish your bones, teeth, and muscles with Osteocare. In Nigeria, we need calcium for our children through adult life and especially for our seniors to help prevent stunted growth, broken bones, and osteoporosis. Osteocare scientific formula, not just calcium for strong bones from Vitabiotics UK, available in pharmacies around you.
Well, let someone shout hallelujah.
Something extraordinary is about to happen. Get ready for the Light of Lagos Crusade 2025. Happening live on Saturday, 22nd February 2025. Venue, Tafawa Balewa Square, Lagos. At 8 a.m., the program begins with the prayer conference, feast of worship, and atmosphere of pure praise at 2 p.m. Crusade at 4:30 p.m. Ministering, Pastor Paul Eneche, Pastor Isaac Oyedepo, Pastor Michael Oropo, Pastor Kalu Ndukwe, Pastor J.T. Kalejaye, Pastor J.F. Odeshola, Pastor Yemi Davids, Bishop STV Adenite, and of course our Father in the Lord, Pastor E.A. Adeboye. Music ministration by Chioma Jesus, Nathaniel Barsi, Messi Chimo, Dusi Oyekon, and Kunle Ajayi. Free buses at major bus stops across Lagos from 11 a.m. It is time to light up Lagos with the glory of God. See you there.
Well, let someone shout hallelujah.
Let me ask you a question. What holds you back when you wake up each morning? Is it the uncertainty of how the day will unfold? And as the day goes on, what makes your heart race? Is it the quiet fear that maybe you're not doing enough? And when it's evening, is it the longing for just a little more time? Whatever it is, remember, challenges don't define you, but how you rise to meet them. Staying connected to your dreams, that's how you break free from limits. Get unlimited data plus up to 6-hour battery backup to keep you connected without interruptions on Airtel 4G 5G Smart Connect. Visit the nearest Airtel shop to find out more. Airtel, a reason to imagine.
He done of trading himself. James, hello.
Susan, I beg. Say you the wine me.
For where? You who no longer depend solely on your salary.
So you people trade and don't carry us along in this office, Abby?
Jerry, now you they talk like this. Who doesn't want an extra stream of income? But I'm still looking for better trading conditions, I beg. Fast execution of my trades and possibly an account where swap no go carry all my profits where I no know.
Guy, HFM.com.
For me, I wouldn't mind better spreads at all, and it won't be a bad idea to be able to make withdrawals in a flash.
All we want is transparency and great customer service.
Guys, I said HFM.com.
Which one is HFM.com again?
Switch to HFM today to enjoy ultra-fast execution, 1 to 2,000 leverage, tight spreads, swap-free, and more.
Guy, show us the way now.
Wait, are you sure deposits and withdrawals are sharp?
I said HFM.com. Visit www.hfm.com. HFM, online trading at its finest.
Anything I want. Mama, they don't dash me 20,000 naira. Woof.
My pikin, who they dash 20,000 naira for this kind time?
That they dash everybody will get smart cash account 20,000 naira.
You mean them go dash me 20,000 naira a woof too?
Yes, so mama. Hey. That they dash all old and new smart cash users 20,000 naira a woof.
Oh yeah, tell your yard people make them dial *939# or download smart cash app to open their own account. Make themselves enjoy 20k a woof. Every time when you buy airtime or pay bills with smart cash, you go chop inside your 20k. Terms and conditions they shall.
I don't see my own woof. Oh.
Smart cash powered by Airtel.
Sister chasing all the bags. Come and secure another bag with the Jolly Just Come Welcome offer. BetKing is giving 100 naira instant sign-up bonus. That's not all. Within 14 days on the app, you stand a chance to get up to 1 million naira in rewards and enjoy 50 free casino bets on Aviator. Download BetKing app and register today using the promo code FREEBETS to enjoy your 100 naira instant sign-up bonus and other exciting offers. Terms and conditions apply. Not for persons under 18 years. Play responsibly.
In the
cooking game, you need a winning game plan. I'm not just talking about your fresh ingredients, utensils, or cooking skills. I'm talking about your choice of seasoning. Your game plan is incomplete without Maggi chicken flavor. Made with a flavorful formation of onions, celery, turmeric, it's the game changer. Elevate the taste of your everyday dishes with delicious rich chicken flavor. Oh yeah, let's go.
New Maggi chicken flavor, the game changer.
Sorry, madam. There's an emergency at the shop. They need you now. It's a serious...
Nothing is more serious than a Golden Morn breakfast with my family. Don't you understand? All our winnings start with a nutritious golden breakfast. Now, sit down. Please join us.
Yes, ma'am. At once.
Breakfast is serious business. Handle it with a nutritious Golden Morn. Now with a great new look. Trust Golden Morn to help fuel your family to win every day. Golden Morn. Make every day golden.
Welcome back to your number one talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info. Nigeria Info. This is Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, welcome back. Still the Morning Crossfire. Please call 0201 465 7190 0201 465 7190. Be very glad to hear from you. You can also reach us on WhatsApp. I think we can take WhatsApp calls and voice notes. I think we can also take Skype calls as well. You don't usually have the luxury of doing that, but I think we can do that now. So please, you can reach out to us on Skype. On WhatsApp, your voice notes, your phone calls on WhatsApp, as well as your messages. We're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. We have a post on X. It's a Morning Crossfire with us, the National Public Relations Officer of the Petroleum Products Retail Outlets Owners Association of Nigeria, Petron, Dr. Joseph Obele, who has become a lab scientist. Dr. Obele, I think he was Aerofy who said he was an accidental public servant. So can we call you an accidental lab scientist? Because last time I checked, you're a marketing guru. But it's good to know. And of course, we have energy expert Kelvin Emmanuel with us as well on the program. Gentlemen, it's a thrill having you. And before I pick the next call, Joseph Obele, you were making a point in response to what Kelvin Emmanuel said. So please go on.
Okay, I was talking about the sensitive nature of this very matter.
Yeah.
And I said when Governor Soludo was the governor of CBN, in his press conference, he said, 10 banks in Nigeria are at the verge of collapsing, and he described it as a distressed state. And a journalist in the press conference asked him, please, can you list these 10 banks? And he said, no, I won't list them. Then he left the office. Just first week in office of the new CBN governor, he announced the 10 banks. Guess what happened, Kofi? Nigerians gathered at the doorpost of the 10 banks in NNPCL to pull out all that. So there are some sensitive matters you don't bring at the public domain. And one of such is this very issue we are discussing now, the issue
Dr.
of the quality of product of
Dr.
NNPCL.
Obele,
do we know the damaging effect of this?
The life of Nigerians.
Do we know the damaging effect of this on the economy? Okay, what if NNPCL stops? Okay, Kofi, are you aware of what is happening right now? The MRS filling stations are having more queues, and the NNPCL filling stations are having less queues. Do you see what this content creator has caused?
Okay, gentlemen.
Are you aware of what this content creator has caused?
What has it caused?
That the MRS filling stations are having more queues at the moment, and NNPCL filling stations are having zero queues at the moment. Have you seen what he has caused?
Okay, all right. Kelvin Emmanuel, Kelvin, over to you. Yes, Kelvin Emmanuel.
Kofi, let me drive on my point now.
Dr. Obele, I want to respond to what you said earlier.
Let me drive on my point before you respond now.
Okay. Kelvin, please hold on. Let me
use the floor. I use the floor. Dr. Obele, I use the floor.
Kofi, I'm trying to bring out to us the damaging effect this will cause on the Nigerian economy. Now, this NNPCL filling station, if you are the owner with 18 staff and you're not selling more and your sales performance is becoming low, you have to reduce your work performance, because sales performance is a determinant of a workload. So when workload is reducing, then you have to sales performance is reducing. You have to reduce your workload. So what I'm trying to say, Nelson, is that There are sensitive matters you don't bring at the public domain.
Okay, are you saying, Dr. Obele, are you saying that this will lead to unemployment?
Yes, it will cause that.
Unemployment.
It will worsen the Nigerian inflation.
Yeah,
the Nigerian ugly inflation will be worse
So Valor Reviews is a video discussing unemployment and also increasing the inflation in the country. Yes, over to you.
Kofi, can I respond?
Yes, go on.
Kofi, first of all, okay, in free market, you compete based on merit, not based on sentiment.
Healthy competition, not dirty competition. Take note of that, sir. Healthy competition, not dirty competition. Competition is a dirty competition.
The only company following the rules according to the PIA as established, and I've detailed out the PIA, several sections on it. Yes, based on volume, based on quality, is Dangote. That's the only person following the PIA. Sections 205, Sections 206, Sections 317 of the PIA, and several other relevant sections. Now, earlier you said something, and this was also what you said yesterday, and you repeated it this morning. Okay, that Dangote does not do more than 25 to 30 million liters. That is not true, sir. And I'll tell you why that is not true. I can confirm to you today that the Dangote refinery is currently processing 600,000 barrels of crude daily. And the reason why they've not hit 650,000 is because they don't want to pressure the columns. And they also do not have, even if they have 5 billion liters of throughput capacity, they don't want to pressure the throughput capacity they have, because the throughput currently at the refinery can store 600 million liters of PMS at a time that can take Nigeria for about 18 to 19 days. Okay? Now, so one barrel of crude oil can give you 73 liters of PMS, which means if you multiply 73 liters of PMS times 600,000 that they are currently, for 12 million barrels of crude they are importing to Nigeria this month, by the way. The 600,000 they are processing daily, about 98% of it is imported this month into Nigeria. It's not Nigerian crude. Okay? 73 times 600,000 will give you 43.8 million liters of PMS. So I can confirm to you, Kofi, I can confirm to you, Dr. Obele, that the Dangote refinery has exceeded 40 million liters of PMS. Now, let me come back.
But Dangote is not doing 100% optimal capacity at the moment. They said in 30 days' time they'll commence optimal capacity. They have not reached optimal capacity, so the analysis will not really be factual for now. Dangote has announced that full capacity production will commence in 30 days' time. Kofi, my colleague, Kelvin Emmanuel, he did mention about competition. And we in the business school.
Allow me to reply.
Okay.
Allow me to reply. You can write to the Dangote refinery and confirm that what I've just said is the truth. You can verify it. Okay? Because I will not say anything without.
But they are not doing optimal capacity at the moment. I'm not arguing with you.
Excuse me, Dr. Obele. Dr. Obele, excuse me, please. Okay? Now, yesterday you said something that you repeated again this morning, and I want to establish something. If you go back to the history of consumption of PMS in Nigeria, when you left off yesterday, in 2002, Nigeria was consuming 21 million liters of PMS. In 2002, the Pakistani population is about 235 million. Today, they are consuming not more than 24 million liters of PMS. They are 235 million. Nigeria is 209 million, if I'm not mistaken.
What's the source of the data?
Excuse me, Dr. Obele. Dr. Obele, excuse me. The compound average.
No, I said, what is the source of the data?
Consumption in Nigeria. You can check on Google and verify the things I'm saying.
No. I quoted NNPCL. So now, if you are quoting 22, what is the source of the data?
Excuse me, sir. Dr. Obele, excuse me. The compound average growth rate of consumption of PMS in Nigeria has not gone above 9.5%.
Okay, but will you want to? Yeah, I think Kelvin. I think you should answer his question. He wants you to give him your source. Can you give him your source, Kelvin? Can you give him your source?
So I'm asking him to go and Google what I've said, and if he comes back and
Kofi,
say that what
the office of the Minister of Petroleum and NNPCL have stated that Nigeria daily consumption is between 40 to 45 million liters at the time.
I don't believe the figures that they put out. And you know why I don't believe the figures they put out? Because they claim, according to them, that Warri and Port Harcourt are refining. Okay? But at the same time, you're refining and then you're importing. Does it make logical sense?
Okay.
That your refineries are working, yet you're importing over 200 million liters of PMS.
Yeah, gentlemen, I'll come back to you. It's quite interesting because I want Joseph Obele of Petra to tell us really, are the refineries really working? Warri and Port Harcourt, especially Port Harcourt, which is in his hometown. But we have some callers coming through. Let's put them on the air, and I'll come back to you, gentlemen. 99.3. Good morning. Please turn off your radio.
Hello. Good morning, Kofi.
Welcome. Your name, location, and contribution.
My name is Sandra.
All right.
Thank you for this topic you brought up.
Welcome.
So, I just want Dr. Obele to know that Nigerians have the right to have this information as there. So, if he sells NNPC, they are losing staff. Then another company that is selling more will have more employment. So, there's nothing to worry about. We will continue to go to where we'll get a better fuel at a better price that will give us quality service. So if they like, they should cry for Nancy tomorrow. We'll all go to MRS to get our fuel. Thank you.
Okay. We have another call coming through. 99.3. Good morning. Please go straight to the point. Hello, are you there? Okay, we don't have a caller on this line. Dr. Obele, we have some information coming across that there are three how do I say now, three retailers or three companies who are taking taking the product from NNPC, from Dangote refinery, namely MRS, Ardova, and Hayden. MRS, Ardova, and Hayden Petroleum.
There are more than three. There are far more than three.
But that's information available to us. So there are far more than three. But the company says these are the three.
Petron, we are also picking from them. Petron is also picking.
Directly.
Yes. It's far more than that. Kofi, let me state
okay,
this.
No, but the major how would I call it now? The major
is MROS. The major is MROS. You're right.
And then Hayden and then Ardova, right?
Matrix is picking also. A lot of them are picking. Matrix is picking.
But it's NNPCL picking from them because Dangote said NNPCL has not taken from them.
Of recent, NNPC was still picking from Dangote refinery. Kofi, let me put this to us.
Kelvin. Yeah, sorry, sir. I'll come back.
Hello, Kofi.
Yeah,
Kofi, let me.
I'll come back to you.
Kofi, let me establish this. Let me.
Oh, it seems the network is. Are you there, Dr. Obele?
Kofi, who has the floor?
Okay, I'll come back to you, Dr. Obele.
Kofi, who has the floor?
I'll come back to you. I have the floor. Kelvin, Emmanuel, what do you say to what Dr. Obele has said, that Dangote is probably not being economical with the truth, and NNPCL is still taking petrol from them?
Okay, so Kofi, when they say that Dangote is not being economical with crude, I don't quite understand it, because from what I get, they have a refinery that is working. They have two refineries, according to them, that they say is working. Okay? I have always insisted that I don't agree that they are refining PMS because they don't have catalytic reforming unit active in both Warri and Eleme. Okay? And depending on which of the CDUs, either CDU 1 or 2 at Kaduna refinery, despite the fact that 674-kilometer pipeline from Escravos to Kaduna is out of service, I don't even know how they're going to transport crude. According to them, they're supposed to be producing PMS. I have seen the motor tanker vessel report that records all the vessels, the manifest of petroleum products that comes into Nigeria. Yeah, from October last year to present. And I'm telling you that between October last year and today, they've imported about 4.4 billion.
So the question is, on the minds of people, is when NNPCL says that petrol that the young man went to use as a test from an NNPC petrol station was gotten from Dangote refinery, and Dangote says no,
it didn't come from Dangote.
How sure are you? But Dr. Obele, you're saying that Dangote still supplies, NNPC still takes petrol from Dangote refinery, right?
I don't.
Hello, doctor, are you there?
Answer today, I say of recent. Kofi, in the business school, we have tried.
Okay, I think your network is
competitive pricing. Kofi. Hello.
Yes, go on, please.
Hello, Kofi.
Yes, go on, doctor. Go on.
Okay, I say in the business school, we've tried to differentiate competitive leader is striving to gain the highest market share. But
okay, Doc, your network is not too good.
Is with the objective of making your competitors quit. But competitive pricing is the objective of gaining the highest market share. But in Nigeria today, what we see in the oil and gas downstream sector is price war, selling to make your competitors quit. And we are saying this is, yes, competition is encouraged against monopoly, but it should be a healthy competition, not to make your competitors quit. So you'll be the last man standing. And this all this
I'm surprised.
And this is not good for Nigerian economy.
Dr. Obele, you've made very conflicting statements. I'm surprised you're talking about healthy competition. Yesterday, you said that Dangote is not producing, and I've disputed that statement with facts. And I've said Dangote is currently doing more than 40 million liters. And I've also said that the compound average growth rate of consumption of PMS is not more than 9% per annum. And that you cannot jump from 21 million liters in 2002 to 70 million liters in 2025 when your population
what is the source of that 21 million? Logic. Never anytime on record.
Dangote can produce more PMS than Nigeria consumes. But I'm open for competition only on the condition that the people importing products into Nigeria meet two conditions. Two steps. Number one, Section 31779 that says if the domestic capacity of the refineries in Nigeria, and Dangote is not the only one refining, for example, exceeds daily consumption, the regulator is supposed to withdraw their import licenses and focus on all the refineries in Nigeria producing PMS for the market. Number two, if the products that they are importing, when they collect samples at vessel payment arrival notification fee based on NNPCL Gazette, does not meet up with the standards that ECOWAS has set for 50 ppm for sulfur, the products are not to be allowed to come into Nigeria. It's the PIA, it's the law. Dangote didn't write the law, the government did. Dangote is simply asking the government to comply with the law that the government wrote. How do you blame him for that?
All right, what do you say about the price wars he talked about? That you're simply trying to arm twist and squeeze the competition out of the market by engaging in a price war.
Kofi, I don't think that there is anything wrong in a business trying to compete on price. Is there any part of the law that says that it's criminal for a business to compete on price? Dangote has achieved what they call a positive cracking margin because of economies of scale. Okay? And it's a brand new refinery that is emphasizing white transportation fuels and is actually doing like a yield of between 53 and 57% for PMS. So, right. So why shouldn't you compete on price?
Okay. Dr. Obele, you did say on this program, you promised Nigerians all over the world, but mostly in Nigeria, that because of the high cost of the Dangote refinery at the time, you, the marketers, had said, you'd not be called for any discussions. NNPCL was the only one taking taking the petrol at the time, and you guys didn't know what was going on. But you did say in response to the earnings and the cries of Nigerians that the price had gone up to 1,000 and above, that the marketers had an alternative. You were going to import petrol into the country, and that petrol will be cheaper than what
you said so.
What Dangote and NNPC together were doing at the time. So where was this petrol meant to come from? The cheaper petrol?
No. We as a people, we got a foreign counterpart then and we were to import. And few weeks before then, the Port Harcourt refinery commences operation and we pause that very action arising from the PIA provisions that when the local refineries are good to go, then we don't have to encourage further importation. So that is petrol.
Dr. Obele, so you now agree with Section 31779 of the PIA? You now agree?
Okay, so Doc, so why is NNPC still importing petrol now that the refineries are working?
Kofi, I told you that the very day Dangote returned from visiting Mr. President, when he said he has $500 million stock as inventory challenges, then he did mention that what he can do, he mentioned it, non-person stated that what he can do for NNPC or Nigeria is about 25 to 30 million liters.
No, Doc,
I'm telling you that things have changed since then.
Okay, Doc, I was...
Capacity has gone up. I'm telling you that capacity has gone up.
Hold on.
Having these 21 million liters, and I need the source. I want to know the source. I want to become the spokesman of the oil and gas sector. So what is the source of these 21 million liters? There's no article bearing that.
Gentlemen, please, gentlemen. I just want to...
How many liters of PMS are in a barrel of crude? 73 liters of PMS in the barrel.
Okay.
Currently at 600,000 barrels per day. You can go to the refinery and verify.
Okay, I want to bring in more listeners at this point. We're running out of time.
Dirty competition.
We're running out of time.
And this content creating is one of such dirty competition.
We have a listener on the line.
For the economy.
We have a listener on the line. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. Good morning.
Mr. Kofi, good morning.
What's your name, please? Location and country.
Yeah, my name is Tayo. Yeah, doctor. I think what you people are supposed to do is look for a way out so that you people can be selling at a lesser price. You can't expect me to see where they are selling for 925, and I will go to 940. It's not possible. You people should sit down. What is Dangote doing that you people are not doing? You people should sit down and look into it. Not that you be arguing as if this thing here. Look into it. It's a shame on the government and on your own personality also.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. We have another listener coming through. 99.3, good morning.
Hello, Kofi, good morning.
Welcome. Quickly, your name, location, and conversation.
Kofi, my name is Nena.
Nena, welcome.
Honestly, I just keep, lowering the volume of my radio and increasing it. You understand?
Okay.
The arguments. Why would they wait for people to now complain before they explain? And the line of their argument is empirical. This is the content creator. Why not go and buy it and test yourself and then come out and tell us your own findings? Do you understand? It's very simple. I had expected them since yesterday because it was on your radio and another station discussing the same thing. I had expected them to say, we will look into it. We will do our own testing. And then if there's an issue, then you solve it. What are they trying to, what did he call it? Dirty competition. Who does that? You don't want it said. Content creator. Why you are the official or you will never give information and people come out with wrong information and you complain.
Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
The arguments, I hope their children are not listening.
Thank you very much. No, please. That is no issue. Say, I apologize to our guests. 99.3, good morning. Are you there? Okay, lost your call. Please call back if you can. We have another listen. 99.3, good morning. Hello, are you there? Okay, we can't hear you. There's a message here by Bolan Olojede who says, fuel is fuel, but fuel is not fuel at the same time. There are 3 categories of PMS in the US, and the top one sells for about 400 naira equivalent, higher than per liter than the basic one. 400 naira per equivalent, higher per liter than the basic one. Think about it. PMS has got its quality, and that is the value that Americans desire. Who desire are paying for when they pay 400 naira higher for a PMS variant than another PMS. So there are variants of PMS. I remember back in the day we used to have what we call super, and then other kinds of petrol. But gentlemen, before we go, I'll give you both about 30 seconds to round off because of time. So I'll start with you, Kelvin Emmanuel.
Kofi, the regulator has failed. Okay, and I'll tell you that it's time for government to, unbundle NNPC, bring in new management for both NNPC and the regulator, and then stop this strategy of vertical monopoly where they take revenues from upstream and use it to subsidize very inefficient operations mid and downstream. That's it for me, Kofi.
All right. Joseph, Obele, over to you. Final words in 30 seconds.
Okay, we in Petron we actually encourage competition in the oil and gas sector, downstream sector. But the competition shouldn't be a dirty competition. It should be a healthy competition. Thank you.
All right. There's a message here from a gentleman who wants to remain anonymous. He says, this is a flawed experiment. There are so many reasons why I think this field test lacks scientific accuracy. The experiment was conducted by that individual was far from scientific and raises several concerns. He says one major It says, while it may have been an attempt to compare the quality of fuel from two different stations, the methodology used was flawed, making the results questionable. A proper scientific experiment follows strict procedures to eliminate bias, ensure accuracy, and provide results that can be replicated under similar conditions. Unfortunately, this particular test lacked these essential components. We're going to leave it at that. It's a lot he said, but we'll leave it at that. Gentlemen, thank you very much for your time. Kelvin, Emmanuel, Joseph Obele, we'll do this again some other time. Thank you, gentlemen. It's been a huge pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
More news and information coming up. We'll be back in a moment.
Help build strong bones.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's